Hey, so I'm wondering if you have tried a bajillion online apps and calendars and planners to try to get yourself to make a basic to-do list and keep up with your tasks so you don't forget them. But none of them are working. I have a client for whom that has been the case. Now, some of my clients, we land on a good system like their school's planner, like a paper planner, or like Todoist or one of the other many apps. And we figure out a good system for using them, and then they are off and running. But sometimes, and I actually identify this too, I have trouble having a to-do list app that really sticks with me. And one thing that I have found most successful, and actually this client, this 17-year-old who has been struggling to find the right system, he just finally said, I think I want to handwrite, Gretchen. I think I want to just write out my list. And I was shocked that he said that, but that's what works for me too. So I wanted to give you all an example of what that looks like. You can get yourself a little notebook or spiral binder. That's what I used to use. This is just a random one that I have in my house right now. And what I like about this one is it provides a spot right here for dates. So I put, to do an example for you, I put today's date, Monday, December 3rd, today when I'm filming this. And then I wrote out an example of what you might write on your to-do list. So we have like send email to hockey teacher, history, take notes on chapter 7, it's due Friday, math, fill out review packet. I didn't write when it's due because it's due tomorrow. And then an English project was assigned. So I sketched out the steps that I think I need to take in the English project. And I sketched that out today when it was assigned. What I didn't do, which I should add, is write the due date right here. I mean, ideally, you should have these due dates on an actual calendar. Okay, that's ideal. But I know that so often ideal doesn't happen. So then we do what the next ideal is. So let's say that this English project is due in 2 weeks on December 14th. I think that's a Friday. So I wrote that due date right there. Okay. So then let's say it's the end of Monday and I go through my to-do list at the end of the day to see what got accomplished. Okay, I did send that email to my hockey teacher. I did do the math review packet. I did not get a chance to take notes, but I did also read the last chapter of The Great Gatsby. So I crossed those out. When I was younger, I loved to not just cross them, but just black them out. And that gave me a great sense of accomplishment. So this is great. Now we kind of know what needs to happen the next day. So the next thing I would do is turn the page. The date is written there already because it's a really good thing to write out the dates for the next month if you can. In advance, just in case something comes up and it's like, oh, I've got to remember in 2 weeks I need to do that thing, and then you can just write it on that date. But anyway, here's Tuesday, December 4th. Now, this does take a little extra writing, but what I recommend is that you transfer. So the chapter 7 notes in history, I'm transferring that over. I'm transferring the due date so that I always have the due date front of mind. So there's that. And then I'm transferring, let's say that there's another new thing that was assigned in Spanish. I have to do a Quizlet for the next quiz. So I wrote that there. And then the only other thing I have to do is continue to work on the English project. So in the ideal world, I would rewrite the steps that I haven't done yet from here over here. I'm not going to take the time to do that in this video, but what I will do, because I have the project plan on that page, what I will do is make sure I look back and, okay, so actually I need to find the 2 articles tonight that if I found those 2 articles that I have to do for the project on The Great Gatsby, that is what is ideal. So I wrote find the 2 articles there. And I also want to make sure that I'm doing a little headway every day on that English project. So I'm just adding right now under Wednesday, December 5th, I'm putting English project due the 14th And I'm not putting what needs to happen underneath, but I at least put it on Wednesday because I know I want to make sure to remember to do something towards the English project. So that's just one example of how you can just turn a blank notebook into a series of to-do lists for yourself if you need to. I checked in with my client today about how that's going. It's still very new for him. And he said, well, he doesn't love it. So he was honest, but he said, I'm looking at it more than I ever looked at the ones that were on my phone or on my computer. That's what's important, right? Systems that we'll actually look at. And maybe we can grow to love them as we work with them. So I hope this was a useful demonstration. And as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to send them to Gretchen at GretchenWegner.com. And I'll see y'all next Wednesday.